Good afternoon, students. Uh, Today we are going to start our next topic, that is laying of underground cables. Up to this point, we have taken account that what are the types of underground cables, how to distinguish them, what are the layers that are being utilized. Now today we are starting with our next topic, that is how to lay down, how to install these underground cables. So uh, the laying of underground cables is reliability of underground cable network depending upon the considerations extent up to proper laying. So there are three main methods of laying down underground cables. One is a direct laying, second is drawn-in system, third is a solid system. As we know, the underground cables are laid down below the ground. So on that consideration, it is of three types. Like first is direct laying. So in this method, it is quite cheap than the other one. Most commonly it is being utilized. A trench of about 1.5 meter deep or 45 centimeter wide is dug. A cable is being laid inside the trench and is covered with a concrete material or bricks in order to protect it from the mechanical engineering, and this gives the best heat dissipating condition beneath the earth. So it is clean and safe method. So if we are talking about the diagram, you can say in direct link up it is taken in consideration. It should be 1.5 meter deep depending upon the what type of cable we are utilizing. So up it is taken. Under this up it is taken in the ground are longer enough, and a number of wires can be installed. After that, it is being covered by the concrete material. A concrete slab should be there, and after that it is being covered with the sand or whatsoever we are using. So this is the most commonly used method. In this method, a labor is needed to dig down. So for digging purpose, the labor is required. Otherwise, it's quite cheap. So because of digging, the labor cost is increased in this method. So direct link, the disadvantage, as I said, the disadvantage of direct laying is localization of fault is difficult. It is costlier in congested area where the evacuation and expansion is not convenient. The maintenance cost is high. Now, as I said, first of all, for this purpose, for this type of laying, a number of labor is used. So first is initial cost is high. Second, identifying the fault. If a fault happens, that is a natural thing. If a fault happens, it is not so easy to rectify it quickly, because you have to do a hit and try method. You have to pit down or dig down on so many areas from where you can calculate or you can see where the breakage is there or where the fault is occurring. So maintenance cost is quite high, and it is not so convenient in a congested or crowded area where it is not easy to evacuate the system. So these type of direct link can be done in an open area only. Next is drawn-in system. Now in this system it is comparatively similar to this direct link, but instead of using a dig or without covering it, the conduct or duct of concrete that is being used. It could be a pipe, it could be a construction of the dig. So it is being constructed like a concrete wall. In this the in this wall or in this dig, concrete dig or pipe, the wires are laid down The benefit of drawn-in system is while having a fault condition, you can easily take it away without having a proper labor to dig again. So number of outlets are taken in account, from where you can calculate or you can see if any fault or breakage is happening, you can easily rectify it. So these cables are then pulled into the position from main hole. Drawn-in system, it is having a number of advantages, like as the initial cost is high, but as compared to its capability to rectify the fault, the maintenance overall cost that is comparable. Heat dissipation is a major concern, it is not so good in this system, so that is a disadvantage of drawn-in system. But this method is suitable where the direct laying was uh, lacking. It is more preferably used in a congested area, from where you can have this hole you can pit without evacuating the system or without disturbing the people's or houses they are living around. So generally it is used for a short length, where the congested area, where the bridge or other things are there. So on that occasion this type of method is used. Solid system. The solid system is a one like this. The solid system is the one in which a proper pit or concrete slab that is being utilized, that is taken in deep system, and number of holes are made, from where you can deep down or you can plan to put number of your cables. So solid system, in this system the cables are laid down in open pipes or through dug out in earth along with the cable route. They are troughing in the cast of iron or treated wood. The throwing gear is fitted with a witness after cable is laid. It is provided with a good mechanical strength. It has a poor heat dissipation. The requires skilled labor, and it requires a skilled labor because you have to match the holes. So it's a quite expensive as compared to the previous one, but the benefit is once you are laying in a modern design, you can plan it. Once it is planned, it will continue to deliver a number of as we can say once this system is installed, you doesn't have to bother about the expansion of that system. The number of holes are taken in account as an extra one, so you can install number of wires after that. You don't have to dig it again and put the system. So it is quite expensive, but once the system is installed, it looks better in a planned way. So next topic is grading of cables. Now grading of cable means how we are classifying our cables on the system of our on the system or on the occasion of their capacity or other things. So grading, since the stress is our maximum on this at the surface of conductor or innermost part of the dielectric, the stress goes on decreasing under most layer. This is due to the number of effect, like skin is there, the concentration of charge is more around the surface. So on that occasion, number of things are happening. The grading of cable, that is of two types mainly. One is a capacitance grading, second is a inner sheath grading. Now all the grading, that means the capacitance level between the two cores or the sheath layer, the sheath strength, of course that will rise to the capacitance or inductance part. So on that occasion it is of two types. The grading of cable is of two types. One is a capacitance grading, other is a inner sheath grading. So next is the type of fault. The fault that are being uh, occurring on underground cable system. Of course, wherever is the conductor, at some sort of time period, after some time passage, because of the deterioration, oxidization, or some mishandling process, the leakage current start flowing. So it will rise to the condition of fault. So most commonly, in underground cables, three type of fault that happens. First is the open circuit fault, second is the short circuit fault, third is the earth fault. Now open circuit fault, it is a fault in which a breakdown of a conductor that takes place at any instant. A simple one core or one wire that got splitted into two parts. Short circuit means the insulation of two conductor that is being vanished, and two conductors are uh, touching together. So in that equation it is known as a short circuit. Two conductors are shortened, so they get short circuited. Earth fault is a fault in which the insulation of conductor that is vanished and it is touching the ground. So that is known as the earth fault. So as I said, the physical limitation of underground cable, the limitation of underground cables, that is uh, it is having an advantage, but most probably the disadvantages are also taken. So the main argument against the construction of underground system is usually financial. The cost, as I said, the labor cost that goes on increasing. The law of physics limit to physically long uh, a power line can be, because uh, we know as the length of a conductor increase, the voltage drop and distortion on that cable that also increase. So we cannot afford to have a long distance underground cable. So these are the limitation of underground cables. So if we are concluding the total benefit or disadvantages of underground cable, the transmission of underground cable that may be 4 to 20 times overhead system. Sub transmission over grounded and sorry undergrounded may be 4 to 20 times overhead. The distribution, they may be 2 or 10 times the overhead. Now underground cables may be cheaper than overhead in physical condition, but generally the cost of the overall cost of underground cables, that is much higher than the overhead system that we are using. So it is concluded that the overall cost of a underground cable system is much higher than the overhead system, because the fault analysis, fault rectification, digging, the labor cost and the cable cost, that is being much higher as compared to the overhead. So if you have any query regarding this underground cable unit, you can ask, but the rest is these video logs are put in your digital library. So that all complete our underground cable system. Thank you, students.